coffee. Let's adjust this camera just a little bit. There we go. Hope everybody's having a great morning and has had a great week. Let me get the stream pulled up over here. Let's see, here we are. Get you guys all pulled up. I think I got a few interesting topics to talk about this morning, so shut that off. Let's make sure we're public. Last week we had a issue where the feed was public and then all of a sudden, like, we lost the connection or something, and when it came back it was private, so a lot of people couldn't watch the live stream last week, so I want to make sure that we get that right this week. I got my coffee brewing right here. I don't know if you can see the steam or not. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm apprehensive about picking up. You know, I do the pour over, so there's like a bunch of hot water sitting here. I haven't got a snake out yet, but Herschel, I think, is who's I'm gonna bring out today, because he was out roaming last night. He's been real reclusive for the past few days or past few weeks. So let's see what he's doing this morning. Good morning, Herschel. Yeah, smooth your vine. You would be in the most difficult hide to get to. Hey, buddy. Got some new news about the new snake. Let's see here. Here we are. Look at Herschel. He just had a fresh shed. So he's just beautiful right now. You know? He's been one of my favorite snakes for a very, very long time. I mean, they're all my favorites, right? I love them all. Let's get my coffee going here. So anybody who is new to the world of ball pythons, this is the super aggressive snakes that everybody tries to tell you that snakes are super aggressive or whatever. He's in a ball. He's hiding his head. This is how aggressive they are. So it's just a good footnote that if you're new to snakes, this is probably the most docile snake you can get. So he's absolutely wonderful. He's banana pied. He's pretty much an adult. Oh, look, there's his little head. Say hi, Hirsch. He always does that. Like, he'll come out in a ball, and then he'll wait for me to spread my fingers out below, and just start crawling out between my fingers. Like, he's done that since he was a baby. And watch, he's too big to crawl between my fingers. He's just too big. Oh, cool. Good morning, everybody. Morning, Sonia. Glad to see you here this morning. Theodore, good morning. You're late. Hi, Hirsch. I'm not late. I wasn't late. I wasn't late this morning. I think I was on time, actually, because I've been here for a minute. I don't know. Sometimes I'm late, but I'm only late by like a few minutes. So if I am late, so I was early last week, so I think I kind of make up for that. Candy's keeping me honest. Candy is our channel moderator. She's the only one at the moment, and she's been with us since the inception of the channel, pretty much. And Sonia. But she's our moderator. All right. Can you guys see the vein? Yeah, you can't do that, buddy. So I hope everybody's had a great week this week. I didn't. I mean, I did. You know, I've been sick, you know, for like 2 weeks now. And being a type 1 diabetic, it takes me a little longer to heal. So when I get sick, I get sick. And I'm a big baby. And my whole family suffers. So it's been a fun week. And I wasn't able to shoot a lot of content this week because of my voice was gone. But I was able to get a few things up. I don't know if anybody's seen them with the new snake that I named. And so far, I let my Patreon members know first what I named him, before I let anybody else know. But I guess I did put it in a short that I put up this week. And I was gonna save that, but like I said, my voice was really hoarse. It's still a little hoarse right now, but so I wasn't able to like create some cool content to put out because I wasn't able to talk. So that was the reasoning for that. Um, Candy, I missed that. What's his name? So the new snake's name is Carl, after Carl Sagan. And I just, I kind of patched in Carl Sagan because, I mean, I guess if you're on the Patreon, you can see how I named him and how I came up with his name. So it was kind of organic. And he just, I mean, you've seen the videos of him on the shorts, right? When he bit me, and I just put a feeding video up. It's probably one of the only feeding videos I've ever put up. But it was funny because he was eating his rat butt first. I'm like, Carl, what are you doing, dude? You're eating your snake. Just, yeah, go check out the shorts. It's pretty funny. Um, but yeah, I wanted to get some content out this week, so you know, I just wanted to be there for you guys. Oh yeah, Carl Leonidas too. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Carl Sagan. He's like my Neil deGrasse Tyson. If you guys know, if you're old like me or older, um, then Carl Sagan was our Neil deGrasse Tyson. So, how's the picture this week, you guys? I was just thinking about that this morning, and when I watch some other live streams, it gets pixelated, and I wonder if mine ends up pixelated. If you guys always get a clear picture, I got a pretty good signal here, so I just kind of wonder what it looks like from your end. Mine eats sideways and backwards. He's channeling his inner hognose. Yeah, they got a really cool hognose over at the pet store this week, and it's just beautiful. Um, and so they've been kind of on my mind because there's just such great characters, and I think it'd be cool eventually to have a hognose. Um, right now, I'm working on some other things, some other projects to get started. So okay, cool. So we're good right now. What are you guys drinking this morning? I am drinking a highly suggested bean from a friend of mine from State Line Farms. They're a medical cannabis company here in Michigan, and he recommended that I get Jamaica Me Crazy from Dussel's Market in Cassopolis. When I was there last week, I was drinking blueberry muffin last week. Awesome bean, super awesome bean. I'm gonna put that on my regular drinks, um, for my regular coffees throughout the week. It's just an awesome flavor. But this is the one that he said when he drinks regular coffee, unflavored coffee or whatever. This is what he likes, and he is a creamer, sugar kind of guy, and I'm not. I'm just a sweetener kind of guy. But I figured I'd give it a whirl and tell him what I thought of it. So that's what I'm brewing this week is Jamaica Me Crazy, raw bean from Dussel's Farmers Market in Cassopolis. So, and if you're just joining us, this is Herschel. Not very happy to be awake right now, but he just shed, and he's just so beautiful. He was out surfing last night, and he seemed like he really wanted to get out. Him and where are you going, dude? Okay, you climb on the chair. Him and Archimedes both were just climbing out, trying to get on me, just trying to get out of their enclosures. So I got him out for a little bit last night, but I thought, well, you guys don't get out enough anymore, and maybe I should. Where you going, Hirsch? He's behind me. You guys see him? That's my butt, dude. I gotta sit there. These adult snakes, man, I swear. Um. Anyway, so I thought I'd get him out, give him a little more enrichment this morning. Right now, drinking chicken broth with creatine and collagen. In months yesterday, I chose hazelnut and was mildly disappointed. Yeah, I don't care for hazelnut very much. It seems like a great bean. It seems like it'd be a great flavor for coffee, but it just never hits for me. So, um, Ooh, careful, buddy. You all right? He's a little nervous this morning. You all right, buddy? All right. So I went to the Ghost and Reptile Expo yesterday. I did some filming there. Oh, wait. What are you drinking? Chicken broth? Welcome from Brazil. Glad to see you here. It's Earthbound Misfits, and this is Herschel, Banana Pied, Ball Python. Are you okay? Protein drink. So you're drinking, of course, yeah, you're drinking Monster. Of course you're drinking Monster, Sonia. That's like your thing. We're going to have to find you a bean that you really like. Eventually. So you're from Brazil. Nice. Yeah, are you into snakes? How'd you find the channel? We are into snakes here and coffee. Try to get my coffee down here this morning. Hirsch, you're just getting into all kind of trouble this morning. What are you doing, buddy? You don't want to be out? Look. You don't want to be out, do you? If you love coffee and snakes, yes, please like and subscribe. I was thinking about some things this week about ball pythons and genetics, and I kind of want to look into it some more. I don't know if there's a bunch of information out about it yet, but I thought maybe I'd bring it up. So I kind of wondered, we're always concentrated on the morphs of ball pythons and the genetics and the aesthetics and like what they could carry off to the next generation, you know, with our het genes, stuff like that. So I wondered though, what else are we carrying in our genetics, right? So if you have a wild caught animal, right, and you breed it, now technically, and those eggs hatch, now technically that is a captive bred clutch, right? But, and you could say that, and that's cool, but what about the characteristics, the personality of the snake itself? I wonder, does do personality traits carry through in genetics as well with snakes? And that's a question I haven't answered. I imagine the answer is yes. As we breed more and more captive bred snakes, some of them, you know, tend to come out more like pets or born more like pets. I think. So here's what got me thinking is I have a bunch of socialized snakes, right? And I handle them all the time, and they're great, and they're used to being handled, and they're used to dealing with, you know, the big ape in the room. So, but I haven't bred my own snakes yet. But I got a snake from Bob Bledsoe last year, who runs Dream Room Pythons, and same thing. He's got a bunch of socialized snakes. It's one of the things that he does. I learned a lot of socializing skills from him, so on and so forth. And I got this snake from him, and it was one of the most socialized baby snakes I've ever met in my life. Now, I know he works with them a lot. As far as enrichment, you know, it's the same things that I do here. Enrichment, reading their body language, getting them used to you, you know, that sort of thing. So I'm wondering if like these characteristics, these of their personalities carry on to the babies after they've been socialized. Like, are the babies going to be more easier to handle? Do these traits pass along personality-wise in the snake as well? And if I imagine the answer is yes, but I don't have any factual evidence for that. And I just kind of was thinking about it yesterday. Like, we're always concentrated about the aesthetics. Well, also, what about the personality of the snake? And can we breed snakes to have more possibilities in the clutch that are more pet-like or more, I don't know what term I should use to describe that, but are they going to be more calm snakes? Do calm snakes produce more calm snakes? And so I think that's something, an interesting topic to look into, and I think I'm going to do a deep dive on that to see if anybody's really talked about it before, because I imagine it had to have been talked about, right? So, what do you guys think? It's, do you think it's, um, do you think they carry on personality traits too? I think so. Please like, subscribe if you love coffee and snakes. I've seen people that generation two for are calmer and more easily socialized. Right. And I've seen the conversation, but I wonder what the science is behind it. Right? Is there some factual evidence that we can point to that says, yes, they carry on personality traits from their parents? You know, for instance, if you get a wild caught green tree python, who tend to be pretty bitey in captivity, even captive bred ones, you know, can we breed that out of them and their personalities, I wonder. And if there's, you know, anybody here that knows more about that stuff than me, please comment, because I'm really interested to find out what other people know. And like I've seen I've seen a lot of people say that that's how that works, but at the same time, I've seen some pretty docile snakes come from wild caught clutches, um, that seem to already have these certain characteristics in their personalities. So I wonder how far that actually carries in. The further away you get from the original wild, yes, their personalities change, especially if you keep breeding snakes that have good attitude. Garrett was talking about this, about his white diamond line. Okay, so Garrett has talked about this one. Maybe that's somebody I need to contact, maybe get some more information and what he's found, because he's a huge breeder over at Reach Out Reptiles. One of my favorite guys. He's a contractor. He's a builder. I'm a builder, and I don't know him real well just yet, but I'm sure we'll get there. Mother and father of the white diamond line. Okay, cool. So Sonia's kind of bringing us up to speed here on what she learned from Garrett over at Reach Out Reptiles. So the original mother and father of the white diamond line were really relaxed, cool, just wonderful snakes, and all their progeny and great grandchildren have all come out with the same good attitude. Okay, well that's good to know. So the original, and you're saying the original are wild. So the original were wild, and the further back they're breeding, they're getting better and calmer attitudes. Okay. Okay. That's cool. Thank you, Candy. Candy's awesome. We're sitting here with Herschel this morning, and I fed Carl a couple days ago, and I might go try to get him out so he can have his live. We did. We put Carl on last week, didn't we? Yeah, but I may go get him out because I really want to be working with him too. And Herschel just seems like he just wants to get away today. He doesn't really want to hang out. And I don't want to force him to and stress him out. So, but look before we do anything with him, look at the way he just came out, the most beautiful shed. He just shed yesterday. Well, he just got done shedding yesterday. You know, I wouldn't have him out if he had just shed. So, but he's a beautiful snake, and I love him very, very much. I love these pieds. You know, these high whites are just. These high whites are just awesome in comparison to the patterns here. You know, he's a banana pied. He's a little more than, I think he's about a year and 9 months old. So he's ready. He was mad at me, and he went off food during the beginning of breeding, what would be breeding season, and didn't eat for a while because I didn't link him up because I don't have any need for I'm just not ready to breed him yet. That's all. He's gorgeous. I love him so much. You know, he's just not being very social this morning. I can tell because he's just diving down. He's not tongue flicking my face. He's not interested in me this morning at all. So, yeah. You might get a different snake out. I mean, we've always got Archimedes. I'm always backwards here. We always got Archimedes, and then Handsome Rob. I haven't had Handsome Rob out for a while, and he's pretty amazing too. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe when Herschel makes babies, I can get one. Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely have it. They'll be available on the Patreon. When we are in our breeding program, we will be on the, we will have, I think that's the only place I'm going to do it. Like, I'm not going to try Morph Market or, you know, I thought about maybe the pet store, and they might get one or two out of the clutch if they want. If they're in a position to do that. But if not, I think I'm just going to, buddy, you're super tense this morning. I think I'm just going to offer the babies on Morph Market anytime we breeds, or not Morph. Yeah, I said it backwards. We're gonna offer the babies on the Patreon page, so you guys get first dibs on everything. So yeah. Oh, that's cool. I didn't see. Carl's a cutie patootie. He looks gorgeous. Oh, you're talking about Herschel there, right? Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a great, wonderful day. You too. Glad to see you're here this morning. Man, I'm glad, you know, you're always putting these like really cool comments on the shorts and stuff, man. So I'm always happy to see you, Red Bull Princess, and I'm glad you're part of our channel, part of our community for sure. The cool thing about last week, and I was going to try to shoot a video to kind of say, hey, we kind of hit this little milestone. And I understand for some YouTubers, some creators, I have thousands and thousands of subscribers, you know, and that's awesome, and I'm happy they've gotten to that point. But man, you just really don't want to be out with me today. But last week we hit 250 subscribers, which is a pretty big deal for us. You know, we started the channel a little more than a year ago, and then I wasn't doing live streams for about 6 months, and now we've been back to it for a few months now. Yeah, you're gonna have to go back in, buddy. You're not feeling it today, are you? Yeah, he is a little sensitive today. I don't. Thanks. I don't have an ugly snake. You're right. Yeah, I agree. They are all beautiful, but I think all your snakes are beautiful too. Yeah, he's a little sensitive today. I'm not sure, and that's fine. You know, he can go back. You want to go back, buddy? All right. Let's see here. So when I put my snakes back, I just let them kind of crawl back in. I never hurry them. I never set them back in. I just let them do their thing. I like for them to figure out where they're at, so they can just crawl right back into their enclosure. Yes, all your snakes are gorgeous. Yeah, he's a little stressy today, so I'm gonna put him. Actually, buddy, you were up here. You wanna go back up here? That's where you were. There you go. There you go. All right. He's such a beautiful boy. I love them so much. They're so awesome. So I'm going to work on a short this week for the Jacobson's Oregon. A couple of educational, because I didn't really put out anything educational last week, and I really want to keep doing that for the snake of the animals that we love. Let's see. Let's see here. You know what, guys? I'm gonna go get Mojo. Mine aren't too shabby either. Cornflake actually came out of our cave yesterday, and I'm hoping for a repeat today. Awesome. Make sure to get pictures. I mean, I know you posted them on the community page here. And for those of you that don't know, if you're on the Patreon, I did create a Discord where we can talk and interact, and you guys can interact with each other, and you know, just kind of build that our sense of community. Like, we already have a really strong sense of community here, but I'm not always live, and I wanted to create a platform that you guys can still connect with each other, and I could drop in every now and then and talk with you, and as we get the time. So that is over there. If you're a Patreon subscriber, you automatically get the link to the Discord at all levels. And our Patreon, okay, I'm going to go get Mojo in just a second. But since we're on the subject, our Patreon helps support the channel, helps enrich the animals, helps us gain more opportunities for different facilities, different breeders, to bring more education to the channel. And that's what our Patreon's for. So thank you to our Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. Love you, love you, love you. And I'm glad, like, and my Patreon supporters get like behind the scenes content. They get like a more intimate look into like the lives of the snake, what I'm doing. They get I try to do at least a weekly update, and then I've been trying to, I didn't this week, but I've been trying to get like a topic up that you guys can connect with. So let's see here. I'm gonna go get Mojo, guys. Give me just 1 second. Mojo. Mojo. See Carl. Let me know. It's Carl. Yeah. All right. So we're back with Mojo. Oh, look at Mojo. I don't bring him on the lives a whole lot because Mojo is always on me. Like, he is always on me. He's always hanging out with me several different times a day. He loves to watch TV with me. He just hangs out. So I've always got Mojo out. He's probably the most handleable snake that I have. I mean, they're all really handleable, but like, he's just, I love him. I love him so much. He's just such a great snake. He'll be out in a minute, I'm sure. But you know, we do coffee with snakes, and ball pythons are night snakes usually. Mojo is the only one that is out consistently during the day. And I don't know why he's like that, but he is. He's a Mojave fire clown, ball python. He's just absolutely gorgeous. His patterning, the tears you can see here, his fire and the white coming up the sides here. That's the fire. And of course the tan is the Mojave. And he I think he thinks he belongs on my neck all the time. So if you're on my Patreon, you've seen what he does to me. So he sits right next to where I sit at night and watch TV, and he just sits there and just like looks at me, and he'll move around. And I swear he's trying to get my attention, so I open the door. And as soon as I open the door, he's right out at me, trying to come out onto my hand. And he never wants to be left alone. I feel like, unless he's sleeping, you know. But yeah, he's a beautiful snake, and he always seems to be real happy to be out. See, he's just so relaxed all the time. But look at his patterning. He is so beautiful. I absolutely love this clown in him. It almost says avocado there, or avaro. What do you guys see any words there? Somebody said they seen Burr and something else. There's man back here. You see that? M-A-N. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, he's a wonderful snake, and I love him so very much. The cool thing about him is no head stamps, you know? No head stamps at all. So, and he's super healthy. Look at that belly. Look at that belly on him. He's such a great snake. He really is. And he's probably waiting for me to put him around my neck like he's used to. There you go, buddy. There we go. I need to scroll back on these comments here. I seen you guys are comments. Let me go back. Mojo. I've had to leave early this morning, or better, she's sleeping in. Nope, she's drinking coffee. What more for his Mojo? Right, we discussed that. Mojave fire, clown, ball, python. Have you ever kept birds of prey? No, I have had birds, because I don't care what you say, they're reptiles. Birds are reptiles. They're dinosaurs, man. I have had birds, cockatiels, and they bred. They had babies. This was years ago, back when I had iguanas. We had iguanas and turtles and a hedgehog named Prick, and I always got to laugh. So yeah, I have had birds before, but I don't have any birds at the moment. Any birds of prey or anything. I mainly have snakes, bearded dragons, tortoise, you know, reptiles, stuff like that. Not that birds are reptiles. Let me rephrase that. I have the scaly reptiles. That's what I have, scaly reptiles. I like to work with them. Love the eagle that flew into the playoff in Philly. Oh, no kidding. My least favorite of all ball pythons. They just look stubby. I like retics, even though they can be feisty. I love retics too, man. I really do. But I don't have room for a retic, or I would have one for sure. And right now, ball pythons are cool, and this is what everybody really knows. But I'm working on getting, and I don't know if I said what the next snake is that I'm gonna get on the YouTube channel yet. I don't know if I've told everybody. Have I told, guys, have I told everybody yet? Those of you who are usually here? Carter's Coils is here. Good morning. Good to see you at the expo yesterday. I haven't even started talking about that yet. I was just wondering if I should tell everybody what I'm looking for the next snake species I want. It's not gonna be ball python. You did, but I can't remember. Okay, so I've already said it in public. Okay. All right, so I'm looking for a high yellow jungle carpet python, which I think is going to be really cool. My friend also, which I was just thinking about yesterday, has this super cool mangrove snake, which I'm not too familiar with mangrove snakes yet, but it piqued my interest enough that I started looking them up and started learning about care for them and stuff. So we've talked about it way before. What I'm lost on your comments here. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Sonia. I know, but we've talked about it way before. Oh, the carpet pythons. Yeah, me and you talked about it a while ago. Like, I think when you first got your house snakes, right? We talked about it. And I think I'll let you know then. You know, but like we text back and forth all the time. So they're feathery T-Rexes. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So yeah, I'm looking for a high yellow jungle carpet python. Yeah, way before we. Yeah, I think I was just starting the channel when we were talking about that. Yep. Yep. Good. So now I'm trying to make that idea come to fruition. I've done a lot of research on keeping them and the space it takes and what the proper husbandry is for them. And then I also have a couple friends that I'm going to have kind of come over and maybe we'll discuss it right on the channel about how to take care of jungle carpet pythons, right? Because they're a really cool species. And retics would be, a retic would be super cool. A retic would be super cool, but I don't have the room for it at the moment. So, but we'll get there. If you've been following the channel, then you know that I'm working on a snake shack. More of a reptile shack, but mainly snakes. Yeah, is going to be there. So I'm working on that. It's probably a couple years out, but it'll be cool. It'll be really cool. So yesterday I made my way back to the Goshen Reptile Expo, which was awesome. It's a nice, intimate expo that's always packed full of people. And I did some filming while I was there. I shot a short, and my Carter's Coils there, as you guys seen, I did my short in front of his booth because he's a subscriber to the channel. And I always love talking to him. Really, really great guy. Unfortunately, he's scared of the camera. Well, I don't know if I want to say he's scared, but he doesn't want to be on camera because we've talked about doing an interview before and talking about his projects, how he got into it, because he's got some really beautiful animals, and I'll show you on the episode that I put up of the Goshen Reptile Expo. Not a lot of talking there, more showing and kind of talking about the expo, but a lot of animals. I did film a lot of animals. And he's got this, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're still here, I'm going to say it's a banana cinnamon Mojave, right? Het clown, maybe? But I've got it. I got it on film, and I'm going to put it up, and it's a beautiful snake. And Carter's Coils, if you're still here, go on the community and post a picture of that snake. If you know what I'm talking about, beautiful. I just missed the opportunity kind of to hold it and talk about it. So 8 people in, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Yes, please like and subscribe to the channel. Obviously, it always helps. She's not hat clown, but yes. Okay, she's not. So did I nail it? Banana, cinnamon, Mojave. No. Banana, cinnamon, Mojave. She's not hat clown, but yes. Okay, so to me, that was the most aesthetically pleasing snake on your table yesterday, and I don't know. It's something about that Mojave, like what it does to the patterning, and like with him here, he's a Mojave clown, Mojave fire clown, and the one that you had yesterday was really cool because the alien heads were like suspended, right? They were like suspended blotches down the side. I really like that look. It's a really cool look. Banana pastel, cinnamon Mojave. Okay, there it is. Banana pastel, cinnamon Mojave. There's all the genes. I was trying to remember it, but I seen a bunch of snakes yesterday, so I wanted to point that out. Do you have a website or sell on Morph Market? Yeah. See. Yeah, go ahead and plug yourself away here, Carl or Carter. Oh, Carl. The new snake, King Snake's name is Carl. Yeah, plug yourself away. Feel free. I approve of this message. And guys, over at Carter's Coils, and he probably won't tell you this, but like his son, he's got a younger son. Super interesting kid, super brilliant, super smart. Loves to talk about the topic of snakes, and he's really into it. And I'd love to talk to that kid. I bet you he would just school me on some things, man. And so another development that happened while I was there, I approve of your approval. Kevin, I fly Harris Hawks mostly. Be detail hawk. Birds of prey. Funny enough, mostly American birds. Harris Hawks, America, Stores, Red Tails. I don't know enough about birds, but also bred and flown in UK. Okay, cool. That's awesome. I don't know enough about birds. I had a few birds before, but nothing like that. Nothing to really brag about. So the other thing I want to talk about is, well, please teach us about your birds. Let me add that in. Tell us all about your birds because they're reptiles. They belong in the same category, I believe. I'm going to be taking a trip up to my friend Tegan's house. He actually has some work that I'm going to do up there, but Tegan is a very interesting person. And whenever you see Tegan at an expo, you know you're going to see some really amazing animals, some rare animals that you don't really get to see per se. Like he's got stuff that nobody else has. Asians, caimans, Asian alligators, caiman, the mangrove snake that I was just talking about. Like these are, and Charlie the duck. Okay, I think that's my son Blake. Charlie the duck. Make sure you like and subscribe. Your dad said so. Anyways, look at Mojo. Look at Mojo, guys. So you see how Herschel was acting earlier compared to how Mojo is acting now. This is his spot. And when I tell you that he hangs out all the time, he really does. All the time. This is what, like, he's so awesome. You know, he's kind of crawling down my back, but he keeps coming up here and seeing what I'm doing. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. What are you doing? And he, unlike Herschel, he's not grabbing onto the chair. So I'm just going to take a minute to talk about the difference in behavior here. Is Herschel didn't want to be out, and he made that pretty obvious. Look, see? He thinks I should be holding his butt. You see that? This is how he sit. Anyways, complete difference. Complete difference. I mean, he's a little jumpy. Sorry, buddy. You're out to prove me wrong at every stop. I talk about how calm you are, and then you start jumping around. But complete difference. Body's completely relaxed. You know, he's just chilling, hanging out. So compared to Herschel earlier. Charlie, no, the other kid. So it's Jacob then. You guys both have duck names. You have to do something different there, because I don't know. Okay, so Blake is Sir Duckus and you're Charlie the Duck. Right, gotcha. All right, I'm going to try to remember that. It's weird that none of you have chosen Howard the Duck. I'm just going to say that, guys. Super disappointed as an 80s baby that none of my kids chose Howard the Duck. So.
That was my brother.
Oh, yeah, I guess Melody's brother was Howard the Duck. Anyways, so... Birds European customers, okay. That's because Howard the Duck is taken. He's iconic. He is iconic, dude. Probably the only. I think Stephen King got in, helped with that movie, or it was his movie. I don't remember. We're talking about snakes and coffee. Drinking Jamaican me crazy this morning. That kind of goes together. What are you doing, buddy? So yeah, about Tegan. So Tegan has been in this since, he's a lot younger than I am. And he's been in this since, from what I understand, and we'll learn more about Tegan and his collection and the things that he's done, and how long he's been in this. But he's been in this since he was a small child. Like setting up expos, like his family completely supports what he does, and he's super cool. His mom is super cool. I met her, I believe it was his mom, the first time that I interviewed him. And if you want to go back and look, it's one of the Expo early episodes that I did that Tegan's on, and he's Valiant Pigeon, and he's holding his Asian alligator, and we're talking about his alligator. And yesterday he had Angel with him, so I'm excited to go up there. Some Texas coffee. Okay, I will do that, Candy. So we're gonna go up there, and I'm gonna film some of his animals, and so we're gonna have some really interesting animals on the channel here in the next few weeks. I gotta go up there and do a quote for him, and then I don't know if we're gonna film then or kind of talk about it, but a Titan boa. Can you raise one? I don't know how to answer that. I can raise any snake. I love snakes. I love reptiles, so I don't know. I don't have the room for anything big. The boa I'm looking for is a Hog Island boa, because it's smaller bodied and they're kind of rare, compared to all the other boas that are out there. So I kind of want some rare snakes. You know what I mean? I know carpet pythons aren't real rare, but I just wanted a chance to work with those. And then, of course, I got the king snake recently, which are kind of common, but not for me. They're new to me, and so I'm really excited and interested and interested to learn. Interested to learn how they are. So, yeah. I mainly have ball pythons, milk snakes, king snakes, stuff like that. So, to answer your questions, Titan boas are extinct. So no, I can't raise a Titan boa if it's extinct. What are you thinking? I don't know what that means. But if I had the room for a retake, I would definitely own a retake, for certain. For certain. I love big snakes. I think they're a little overrated. People just really like to see really big-bodied snakes, and I think they're overrated in that sense, as they're more interesting as far as their instincts and their personalities, the environmental pressures that form that particular species of snake. That's what I find interesting. Not so much the body size. right? Because colubrids are super interesting too. The different things that they do, uh, the different environmental pressures that gave them their body shapes and their instincts. And like these are the things that interest me about snakes the most. And ball pythons have had gene work done for a very, very long time. And so there's a lot of information about that. And um, Morph Market. So yeah, Carter's Coils, yep. So Carter's Coils, yeah, check him out on Morph Market, Facebook, and Instagram. I don't have anything listed yet. Sorry, I was making coffee. Good for you. Coffee with snakes. That's what we do here, man. Um, yeah, Carter is, from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, is newer. You've been at this for 4 or 5 years now. If I'm not overstating or understating, I'm sorry if I'm giving the wrong information. I think what you're doing is interesting, and I think you're a really nice guy. So I'm gonna support that. Do you ever raise a rare venomous snake? No, I don't handle venomous snakes simply because I'm responsible enough to know that I don't have the training for that just yet. Not that I wouldn't, but I'd want to do a lot of educational stuff because I'm not real familiar with them. But I have friends that have venomous snakes, and I'm hoping to get my buddy from Hog Stricters on the channel, and we can kind of look at what he has because he has some really interesting animals too. Where's community? It's on the page. If you go to the page, and I'm not sure what it looks like to you guys, but there is a community page. Sonia, I don't know if you can help out with that question there. Yeah, about 4 years. I thought you said you've been about 4 years now. There's a link in the header of the channel. There you go. And you click community, and I think you can post pictures there of your snakes. And then, as I was saying earlier, we have a Discord as well for our paid Patreon members. When you become a paid Patreon member, even at the lowest level at $5 a month, which helps support the channel, bring us more educational opportunities, helps take care of the snakes, and helps me do this every week, whether it pays for beans or rats or whatever, gas money to get to the next expo or the next filming opportunity. That's what I do with the Patreon. So super appreciate my supporters over at Patreon. And they get super secret videos, animals you guys haven't seen, more intimate looking into what I'm doing every day. I give them a once a week update, and also you get access to the Discord where we talk about bioactive setups, husbandry, just all things reptile. And then we even have furry pet feed there where we kind of show off our furry animals and stuff. So yeah, if you're interested, go check out the Patreon. It's Patreon.com/Earthbound Misfits Exotics. You're going to see our label head there, so you'll be able to see our logo and know that it's us. You can sign up to be a free member. That's cool. There's a lot of content on there too, and we're building that channel up even more. There's more paid content on there than anything else because basically most of the stuff I post on the Patreon ends up on the YouTube channel as shorts and stuff anyway. So, but yeah, really cool stuff on the back, on the paid side there, and you be supporting the channel and helping keeping us going. Yeah, so appreciate it. Also, if you're watching, hit the like button, subscribe. That's going to help us as well as we move towards monetization. I have some things that I'm working on with my brother-in-law has a 3D printer, so we're going to try to be offering a shop with 3D printed stuff like spider wood, hide, stuff like that real soon, snake enrichment stuff. These are things that we're trying to no, man, keep going on about birds of prey. You're not hijacking. You're fine, dude. This is what this is for. We're all animal lovers here, man. Don't be sorry at all. If you want to hijack, that's cool. Just make sure you subscribe. There you go. That's all I ask. Just hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share us with your friends, man, because we really love all animals. This is just our live stream we do every week, Coffee with Snakes Live. It's just a chance for me to connect with my supporters and talk with them about their snakes and stuff that I've been doing all week. And then we talk about different things with ball pythons. Carter, why I got you here, we were talking earlier before you got here about personality traits being bred into a line. And is there any science behind that maybe you know of? Carter is a breeder. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate your subscription. Really, really do. goes a long way. And like every time I get a subscription, I'm always seeing who it is, and just I do take it personal, I do. So I appreciate it, and I love you guys too. But Carter, we were talking about personality traits, and can they be bred into generations? For instance, if you have a wild caught, we know if you have a wild caught parents and you breed them, the clutch is technically captive bred. But when we're talking about personality traits, where does captive bred really come in? And do these personality traits, do you think, uh, get passed down in genes? So if I have a super socialized snake, is it more likely to produce more super socialized babies? Now, I'm not saying every baby would be socialized like that or would show those personality traits, but I would imagine the more you bred towards that, the more calm and docile snakes you would get. Ball pythons are pretty docile to begin with, but like the behaviors are different from when you see a wild snake, when you handle a wild snake compared to when you're handling a captive bred snake. So I wonder if those traits are passed down and if we can breed for that. Because we always talk about aesthetics, man, but a lot of people, when they're getting introduced to snakes, they want to have some sense of security that the snake's not going to bite them and that it's not going to do anything crazy like try to strangle them and stuff like that. So I wonder if breeding these personality traits can make a stronger pet industry, basically, even the most modicum way. I'm always trying to think about ways that would enrich the animal's life. So I don't know if you have any information on that, Carter, or if you're still here. Comment if you do, because I'm interested. Her sister should be in the... Oh, you were gone. You were posting in the community. I just did a whole thing about personality traits. So maybe we'll talk about that sometime in an interview or something, because I'm really interested. I know you don't want to be on camera, but I'm going to talk you into it. I'm going to do a video on Jacobson's organ this week because I don't think a lot of people understand what that is and how that works with snakes. Yeah, I did. I want to keep doing, at least one or two educational videos a week, and then, yeah, we're all gonna go look at your snakes when the live's over. I'm gonna try to put more educational stuff out, and because there's always these arguments going on Facebook and in those forums, and I never comment on them because why, right? It usually just turns out to be an argument or some negative thing. So I try to stay out of those, and I just put in, I put these educational videos out. People will watch them, and that's cool, But I don't comment in those things, and I don't put a lot of investment in like Facebook. I'm more on YouTube and Instagram and Patreon and Twitter. So I try to stay out of Facebook stuff, but there's so much misinformation about how to care for these animals. I want to keep putting videos out to talk to people about the different things, the different misconceptions about keeping them, about husbandry, about what they do, what they look like, what their attitudes look like, all that stuff. So, okay, I feel like Kevin is saying some things that I'm not seeing because. Let me look. Sorry for hijacking your stream going on about birds of prey. I did keep reptiles as a young lad. Had garter snakes. Garter snakes are awesome. Grass snakes, and had 2 pythons and a large Burmese pythons and a small retic. That's cool. So did you have a dwarf retic, or you just had it for a short amount of time, or grass snakes, garter snakes? Garter snakes are so cool because you can keep a bunch of them together. Grass snakes. I'm really looking at. Hi, Night Rider. How you doing? We're talking about different snakes right now. Welcome to Coffee with Snakes Live, Earthbound Misfits. Snakes, coffee. That's what we do here. I've been looking at ribbon snakes too, man, because they have these like wild personalities. You know what I mean? And they're super easy to keep, from what I understand. So I'm always Every time I see a snake, I want to take it home. So don't listen to me. I'm going to get a jungle carpet python. Let's start there. All right. We'll get that covered. And then we got the king snake, got the milk snake, got some ball pythons. Right. So let's get the carpet python and hog island boa. And I had so many snakes to buy, you guys. I have some. I do have some that are going to be getting traded off. And you guys have never met them. Yeah, you do have to have a water feature for ribbons. Yep. Yes, you do. That's true. And we're going to talk more about that as I move towards owning a ribbon snake. It's just on the bucket list. You know, it's on the wish list right now. So I'm not going to get too much into the husbandry of them. But yeah, because you know, when you bring a new snake in or a new species, it's really easy to start educating people on that because you've done your research. You've done, you know, if you're a good reptile keeper, then you've done a ton of research, probably more than you should have. You've gotten all the wrong answers. You've sifted through that. You've come to a decision of how your snake should be kept or your reptiles should be kept. So, you know, all the information is always fresh in your mind when you first start caring for a new species. So I'll do a whole, obviously, you know, every time I get a new species, I'm going to do a whole line of educational material on them. So win the Powerball, right, Sam? Yes, when we win the Powerball, we are going to have tons and tons of snakes. I won't tell anybody, but there will be signs. Yeah, so when we go to Tegan's, I might even go live because he has such exciting animals up there. I know I jumped from that subject, but I'm going to shoot an episode with Tegan. I'll put a short up. I got one of him holding Angel. Yeah, you'll see who Angel is that I want to put up. But Tegan's a super interesting guy, super smart, super driven and motivated, loves animals, takes great care of them. And being a young breeder, I've learned a lot from him just talking with him and just spending time around his, you know, around his table. And I don't know, I met him and his mom and I did an interview. It was one of my first episodes that I ever filmed. And so maybe there's some sentimental stuff there too, but I just had a really, really great time interviewing them. They were fun. They played into my jokes because they weren't expecting me to be interesting or funny. And I kind of am sometimes. So they were just a great interview. It was great. I had a good time. And his mom was like cracking up in the background the whole time. It was awesome. But yeah, super interesting. I can't wait for you guys to see that and meet Tegan over at Valiant Pigeon. And he has, if you're on the socials, he has pages and stuff. So go check that out. He's got way cool stuff. He's awesome. So that's what we're looking forward to. This week has been kind of rough. Like I said, I've been sick. My voice is out, so I didn't get a lot of material out this week. But this week I will be getting some more material out. Some more videos of Carl, of course. Some more videos of Norma Jean. I got some plans for her. Some bearded dragon stuff that I want to put out. I got some stuff with Muffin, our redfoot tortoise, that I'm going to put out this week. So yeah, ought to be an interesting week. So I don't know. Can somebody on here make sure that this is public? Because I'm having a hard time understanding. Last week we lost the stream. Like almost as soon as we got started, we lost the stream. And it was like people were there and then they couldn't get back in. And so we didn't end up with a lot of people in the stream last week. So that was a little disappointing. Anyways, we're about at the top of our hour now, and I hope you guys had a great time today. And thank you for the new subscribers and the interactions and keeping the live stream interesting. I'm not always the most interesting person to talk to, as much as I try to be. You know, some weeks I'm just tired. I'll admit it. I'm just tired, but that's why one of the reasons I'm so thankful to have you guys here. Keeping me on point, Candy and Sonia, keeping me on point, interacting with people. again, thanks to our moderator, Candy, over at Candy's Critters. And thanks, Kevin, for joining us this week, man. It was really. Come, go ahead and put some pictures of your birds in the community if you've subbed, so you can. Go ahead and put your. Go ahead and put some pictures of your birds there. I'd love to see them. It'd be awesome. Hey, no problem, Carter, man. I think you guys are awesome. You know, this reptile community, I've got a lot of love for the reptile community, especially for people who really care about their animals, are really interested in what they're doing, and recognize, how special they are, man. And you're one of those people. So thanks for being a part of this great community we have. Yeah, so we're at the bottom of our hour. Did I say the top of our hour? The bottom of our hour. I don't know what the proper statement is. Anyways, we're at the end of our show this week. Hit the subscribe button. Go check out the new shorts that I put up. Go over to Patreon, check us out. You can subscribe there for free so you don't miss any of the content there. There is paid content, so every bit helps. Even if it's a $5 subscription, every little bit helps. So hugs the mojo. Hug you, mojo. I know. All right. We'll see you next week, guys. Until then, stay wild. Keep your feet on the ground. Take care, everybody.